Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kayaetta Cooks, and you're in the hands of God, which is the name of the company, Akana. We are a CBD wellness company. And again, Akana means in the hands of God. It was founded by four beautiful, amazing, powerful African American women on the south side of Chicago. We are located at 411 East 35th Street. And tonight, I have the honor and the pleasure to share with you some valuable information about knowing your blood type. So, before I get into it, I want to ask that you grab some paper and a pen and that you take some copious notes because you're definitely going to want to reflect back on this information. And while you're receiving this information, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to, as you hear the information, if there are people you know, love, and care about that you believe can identify with this information that could be blessed and benefit from this information, hearing this information, I want you to write their name down. Why? Because we do this presentation every Sunday at 5 p.m. We also have an in-person elevated experience that is located at our headquarters. It's at 1 o'clock every Wednesday. And again, that's 411 East 35th Street. And then also we have the presentation again on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And these are all Central Standard Times, and then again on Saturday at 10 a.m. So you have plenty of opportunities to invite your family and your friends to say, hey, listen, I heard some information that I didn't never quite like hear it like this, and I want you and need you to hear it as well. So let's get into it. I was introduced to Akana maybe almost a year, well, maybe about 8 months ago. And a dear friend of mine asked me, did I know my blood type? And of course I did not. And during that time I was dealing with some serious sickness and illnesses. I had blood pressure that was way out of control. I was gaining rapid weight, unexplainable weight, right? And nothing I did, whether it was exercising, eating a bunch of salads, taking all kind of supplements, and trying all kind of diet trends. None of that worked for me. But once I found out my blood type, and then I took action with the solutions I'm going to share with you later on, I began my transformation. So without further ado, let's talk about the health crisis that we're ignoring in the United States. I'm sure this is not unfamiliar to you, right? Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and a shortened life are the number four causes of the health crisis that we are ignoring. And when we look at the health crisis, when we look at heart disease, it's number one in the United States, with where one in every five individuals suffer from some type of heart disease. And when we're looking at cancer, cancer follows right behind heart disease with almost 600,000 deaths annually. And when we're looking at diabetes, diabetes is a growing epidemic where even our children are being born with type 2 diabetes. And a shortened life, well, that could be a variety of different things. It could be your lifestyle, over alcohol, smoking, stress, depression, right? All of these things are very familiar. If it is not you, I'm sure it's someone you know. So when we're talking about that, what causes that? What is the leading problem to those heart disease? Well, our CEO, Melissa Boston, has coined that problem suicide. See, the problem in the US is that we are digging our graves forward. And what do I mean by that? When you look at the original diet, you have on the left hand side a picture of vibrant, beautiful fruits and vegetables, right? They were grown from the ground or picked from the tree. And back then, it was nutrition to our bodies, right? But then you have the new diet. The new diet is quick, fast, and easy. It's filled with all kind of trans fats. And what's happening is instead of eating things that are nutritious to us, we are eating things that are clogging our arteries and putting toxin and all kind of things into our body that are causing those health crises. And when we look at the number one um, health crisis, which is heart disease, that is the silent killer. In 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease, and about one in five heart attacks are silent, and the damage is done, but the person is not even aware of it. And even further, an alarming number of our 14 and 19-year-olds are showing as much as 40% blocked arteries. And do you know the significant age 45 for African Americans? Oh my goodness. It's going to be dangerous atherosclerosis levels. So, when we're talking about by the age of 45, we're talking about you are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. So here's a picture of what that looks like. See, when we're born with optimal levels of arteries, right? They're unclogged, right? The layers are thin. The endothelium layer, which is the inner layer, and the outer layer, they're thin. There's no restriction. The blood can easily flow to and from. However, as time goes on and we begin to consume things and we begin to live a life that includes all those different things like stress and depression and things like that, what happens is over a period of time, plaque begins to build up. And if we're not careful, if we're not cleansing our arteries and detoxing our body, what happens is optimal becomes borderline and borderline becomes high, meaning that plaque is consistently building and the artery walls, the inner and the outer, are getting thicker. So now blood is now becoming restricted. It does not flow as easily as it should. And now the heart is pumping even harder. And over a period of time, now the heart is weak. And before you know it, you have a blocked artery and you're faced with a heart attack or a stroke. Now you may be saying, that sounds like me, or that sounds like someone I know. Well, I want you to know that the company that invited you here, the person that invited you here, right? We want you to know our vision. Our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources that they need to thrive, creating healthier, more resilient communities. And through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity, yes, for generations to come. So let's talk about the 5 key reasons why these problems impact communities. The first reason is going to be lack of understanding your blood type. See, when I was asked about my blood type, I didn't know, so they quickly offered me an opportunity to get my blood type tested, and I did. I'm an AB positive, the most rarest blood type that exists. And because it's so important to know your blood type, Akana is committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. So let's talk about these blood types. See, there are 4 blood types: blood type A, blood type B, blood type O, and blood type AB. And your blood type, whether you're A, B, O, or AB, it is a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA. And when we're explaining the blood types, did you know you have a rich history behind your blood type? And if you know your blood type, I want you to go ahead and put it in the chat what your blood type is. And if you don't know your blood type, I want you to put in the chat, I want to know my blood type. All right, so if you're an A, You're an agrarian, nature's vegetarians, and you're prone to digestive and heart issues. Red meats, shrimp, crab, lobster, and dairy can be especially harmful for you. They are naturally creative blood type A's, and they're inventive too. And they require peace and harmony. And then a blood type B, although they used to be known as being barbaric, it's still a little bit in them, right? But they are more balanced. They've migrated now to where they thrive on a diverse diet. But chicken, shrimp, crab, and lobster can disrupt their health. They have a more balanced immune and digestive system, and they are resilient, but tend to suffer from autoimmune diseases, IBS, and other issues. And if you're a blood type O, the oldest blood type, the most ancient blood type that exists, well, they thrive on a high protein diet, but catfish, pork, dairy, refined carbs, white wine, and gluten can cause significant issues. They have a strong immune and digestive system. They tend to experience, though, more ulcers, arthritis, and thyroid issues. And if you're an AB like me, you're complex and modern, the rarest blood type, blending traits of A and blood type B. We must balance the dietary restrictions of both types of blood types for our optimal health. So it was no wonder when they did a bioscan on me, I was in a crisis stage because I was eating everything that was against my blood type, even though I thought it was healthy because I was not eating pork. I was not eating red meat. I was eating salads. But did you know that avocado is poison? I didn't know that, but I was eating it every day on my salads. So, if you don't know your blood type, are you wondering yet, what is my blood type? Well, I want to encourage you to find out because your blood type is the key to unlocking your body's nutritional blueprint. And your blood type is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat. And if those foods will cause inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. See, on the left-hand side, you see a woman who does eat towards her blood type. And because of that, her digestive system is easily able to do what the body is supposed to do. However, the gentleman on the right, although he seems like a very nice guy, nice just doesn't cut it when it comes to being healthy. So you can tell that he has been eating against his blood type probably most of his life. Now, the good thing is that our body has an immune system that is designed to protect us from the lectins that are in our food. In fact, 95% are sloughed off by the body. However, 5% of the lectins are filtered into the bloodstream where they react with and destroy red and white blood cells. And when that happens, your immune system is now compromised. And now disease and sickness and illness can infiltrate your body and break you down and cause all kind of havoc. So when you're wondering, okay, what is for my blood type and what's against my blood type, here's a sample avoid list because we want you to remember that one person's food is another person's poison. And although this is just a sample list of foods considered toxic for the various blood types, it's a good start. So go ahead and take a snapshot. And as you take a snapshot, I want to also encourage you to, if you have not had a chance to, read the book that Dr. Peter J. Diamo came out with. Well, he actually re-released this book in 1996, and a revised and updated version for 4 blood types, 4 diets. Eat right for your blood type. So he kind of gives us a blueprint, a good way to start to find our research on what's best for us. So you might be saying, do I need to learn my blood type? Absolutely. Why? Because we are committed to break the generational cycle. So we want you to know that the power is in your hands when you know your blood type. See, I understand that educated consumers make educated decisions. So think about this. If they give you the wrong blood, it could kill you. Yes or no? Yes? Well, if you eat the wrong food, ask yourself, could it be killing you as well? Well, I want you to know it could be killing you and killing you slowly. Well, you might be saying, wow, this is some deep stuff, Kayaetta. What's going on with this? You might be even asking, why am I just learning that food impacts my blood cells based on blood type? Well, I'll tell you. If it isn't taught in medical school or created by Big Pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. In fact, it's always been big business equals profits over people. No or yes, right? Think about it. Cigarettes, highly promoted, highly addictive, right? But highly profitable. And yet, we see people dying every day from cancer, lung cancer. We found that cigarettes are definitely connected to cancer, heavily, significantly, right? And then trans fat. Hmm. Although it's barred in many other countries, it is rapidly produced in the United States. In fact, it's on everyone's shelves, especially in the restaurants. But are they telling you how it's clogging your arteries and how it's tied into obesity, cancer, and diabetes? And let's talk about 5G cell phones, right? The electromagnetic fields cells that are attacking your body and causing of cancer and modified organisms. Think about it. It's really hard to find fruits that has seeds. Why is that? Why is most of the food that we eat are being created in a lab? And milk does a body good, pass it on. But are they telling you that it's also passing on all kinds of inflammation and mucus and virus, sickness and diseases? It's always been profit over people. Well, you might be asking, okay, well, who's else eating according to their blood type? Well, we want you to know that Japan most certainly eats according to their blood type. But you know who doesn't? The United States. In fact, the correlation between the two is shown in this data here. See, Japan, the average life expectancy is 84.6, and yet they actually celebrate their most centennials. However, in the United States, we are at a whopping, disappointing 50th place, with 76 years old being the average of Americans. But I want to bring it on home into our own community, where we live even less than that. 71.8 years is the average life expectancy of African Americans. Now, I want to ask you, I don't know about you, but does that sit well with you? Well, we want you to know that I'm glad it doesn't. Because by following the blood type diet, we have anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvements by adhering to the blood type practices. And we want you to know that you can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. And we want you to also know that you can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process down, even reverse it, and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. Now, that was the importance of knowing your blood type, the number one reason, right? The number two reason is dangerous levels of oxidation that's causing these health crises. See, researchers have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many of the other problems associated with getting older. Well, what's the answer to that? What's the solution to that? It's going to be antioxidants. Did you know that fruits and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities? Some phytonutrients have shown to even disable cancer-causing substances as well. So you mean to tell me we can be proactive instead of reactive? Absolutely. Let's get into the third reason. Omega-3 deficiencies. See, the lack of omega-3s cause these 6 issues: cardiovascular health. And feel free to take snapshots of this because I want you to refer back to this often. Cardiovascular health, which increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. It also affects cognitive decline, which increases the risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And chronic inflammation, which accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease. And not to mention metabolic health, which contributes to weight gain, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. What about it also contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can progress to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. And your immune system, it weakens your immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections. And your bone health, it increases the risk of osteoporosis, leading to fractures and a higher risk of complications, especially in older adults. The lack of omega-3s. The fourth reason for the health crisis is going to be an unhealthy gut. See, gut issues arise when our diet includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. In fact, 70% of our immune system is in our guts. And your gut is called your microbiome. So if you hear microbiome, you know that's your gut. So here are the signs that you have an unhealthy gut. If you're dealing with digestive issues, you're not going on a regular basis. You should be going almost every time you eat, but most definitely twice a day. If you're not doing that, then you could have an unhealthy gut. Weakened immune system. You're constantly getting sick all the time. Malabsorption. No matter what you take, all kind of supplements, you're not seeing a difference. Could be an unhealthy gut. Nutritional deficiencies, right? You take vitamins, you take all of them, but you're still not getting what you need. Unhealthy gut. Inflammation, always in pain, swollen in your body. Skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, and autoimmune conditions. 9 times out of 10, it's in your gut. And the fifth reason for the health crisis is going to be parasite invasion. See, parasite invasion causes these 3 and more of these things: chronic infections and inflammation, which leads to heart disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders. And in the presence of autopsies, parasites have been found to invade the organs, the brain, the lungs, and the liver. And as far as your mental health, parasites traveling in the brain can cause depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. Has any of these things rung a bell for you? Is it you or someone you know? Well, I want to tell you, if you could relate to any of these issues, any of these things that I just named, then one thing I know for sure is that if you've never detoxed, if you've never intentionally cleansed out your arteries, your blood, if you've never intentionally killed and removed, not just killed, but killed and removed the parasites, then you're in trouble. So my mom always told me if you present a solution, if you present a problem, you should always present a solution. And so I knew that it was divine that I connected with Akana, not only connect with Akana, but become a certified wellness coach with Akana when I heard about the 5 steps to generational health. Now, before I go into the solutions in this 5 steps to generational health, I must share this disclaimer with you because our product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or have a medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. And of course, individual results may vary. But I also want you to know that not only do we have dedicated certified wellness coaches, we also have an amazing medical advisory board. We also have amazing testimonies, actual true testimonies, live and in this presentation, to show and test to prove that not only of our products organic and natural, they are proven to be successful. So let's get into solution number 1. Do you know your blood type? So your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, or geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. The second solution is going to be to learn what's best for you. See, food that heals one can harm another. So we want you to know that your blood type matters. The food you eat matters. Your health matters. And of course, your legacy matters. So when we get into solution number 3, I understand that it's not good enough for you to just know your blood type. It's not good enough for you to know what foods are good for you and what foods are not. You've been eating against your blood type probably your whole life. So what we have to do is we have to bring your body back into balance. And how we do that is by the options that I'm going to share with you. So the third solution is going to be to purchase the option that works best based on your goals. What is it that you want for you? So not only do we want you to get the knowledge, we want you to apply the knowledge because applied knowledge brings you power. So here's option number 1, which is going to be your blood type support kit. This kit includes herbal tea, nutrition, and optional testing for all blood types. It is designed to kickstart the cleansing of your colon and your blood. Now, blood kit option number 1, I'll tell you what that comes with. It comes with your blood type test, bitters, which is a form of cleansing, and I'll get into that in a minute. You also get your detox meal plan. You get a sample meal replacement shake that is absolutely delicious and nutritious. And you get a digital download just for you for your blood type. Now, that's only $59.95. And blood kit option number 2 comes with everything that option number 1 does. However, it does not have the blood type kit. Now, we encourage you to pay it forward, right? For just $10 more, get the blood type test. That comes at a discount to you, right? Get that. And if you know your blood type, go ahead and pay it forward because I'm pretty sure someone in your family close to you, whether it's your children, your parents, or family or friends may not know, there's someone that may not know their blood type, and you can bless them with that blood type. Now, let's get into what's in the kit. So when you're talking about detoxing, you want to first detoxify your blood cells. So the flat belly bitters are a powerful tool for a quick for detox, primarily due to its impact on digestion and liver function. And here's how it works. Number one, it boosts your digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes. It also stimulates the bile and the stomach acid, which are essential. It also regulates your appetite and reduce cravings for unhealthy foods. I don't know about you, but I certainly needed that, right? Needed that help with that, right? And then it supports your liver detoxification by filtering out toxins from the blood. It eliminates your fat-soluble toxins through the digestive system. It alkalizes the body and reduces inflammation. And it improves your microbiome, which is your gut, by promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and inhibiting harmful bacteria. Now, you also get the flat belly fuel sample, which targets the 5 key areas that I talked about earlier. So it has the blood type support kit, the antioxidants, the omega fatty acids with the focus on the omega 3s, the gut health, um, emphasis on the gut health, probiotics, probiotics, and fiber. And it also eliminates the parasites. So you get all of that in one. And it's a meal replacement, which typically can replace 1 to 2 meals a day. Now, this is the world's first, and guess who came up with it first? Akana. Now, if you remember me talking about earlier, the bioscan that I took. See, after I got my blood test done, they say, you know what? We need to give you a comprehensive health test to see exactly where you are. And I'd like to call this a health GPS because it identifies where you are, right? And we have a conversation about where you'd like to be and what needs to be done to bring your body back into balance. And then we put a solutions in place for you. So now I don't know about you, but this has a value of $1,000. See, when I got mine done, um, and it showed the omega-3 panel, the gut check, the vitamins and the minerals, and it also showed the heart, liver, and kidneys. It showed that I had blockage in my arteries. It showed that I needed to make a decision quickly because I was in a crisis stage, which is in the red. So you'll hear people say, oh, I was in the red. Are you in the green? Are you in the blue? Are you in the yellow? Are you in the red? Now, I don't know how you put a value on that, but they put $1,000 value on it. But we're so serious about helping the community that our CEO put a special on the table for $189. If you don't want to purchase any products, but you just want to see where you truly are in real time, that special is offered to you. However, when you enroll in one of our auto ships, you can add the comprehensive test for just a $50 upgrade. Just a $50 upgrade. How phenomenal is that? Now, you might be thinking, but I have some serious issues. I have some serious health issues. You might be on medication. There might be some things going on with you, and you need to take a closer look. Or maybe that bioscan shows that you're not in the green, you're in the blue or the yellow or the red, which means that it's abnormal, mildly abnormal, severely abnormal. If you're a blood type AB, or O, we need to take a closer look and put together a program for you. And so we love to start you off with the 7-day, which has a significant amount of success with mostly everyone that takes advantage of it. It's personalized for your blood type. And this nutrient-packed program helps cleanse your digestive system, boost energy, and shed up to 10 pounds at least, leaving you feeling lighter and revitalized. For me, it was 13 pounds in 7 days. And if you look on the right hand side, you see a young lady who on day one You see, the gut is clearly unhealthy. But on day 7, what a significant change. She dropped 10 pounds of waste, not weight, waste in 7 days. So, what comes in this pack? The Purifier, which is a liquid colonic plus a full body cleanse. Also, the Eliminator, which removes the parasites, not just kill them, but removes them and reduces the mucus. And then there's the regenerator. And the regenerator, after we've unclogged the arteries and we've cleaned out the your gut and your blood cells, right? Then we have to put the good stuff back in. So we restore the body with superfoods, fiber probiotics, and prebiotics. And guess what? You also get a QR code. You scan the QR code to download your personal blood type 21-day regimen. Yes, I said 21-day, even though it's a 7-day. Another gift that just keeps on giving. Or you can simply use your neutral meal plan included in the kit. This 7-day is only $119. And you can take a snapshot of that. Now, you may have some serious issues going on, like Billy. As you see, Billy looks like he might be pregnant with triplets. But on the 21st day, he delivered those babies. Look at that. 30 pounds of waste in 21 days. I know people that have been trying to lose 30 pounds of weight in 6 months. But you can make that happen for you in 31 and 21 days. And when I say that's a game changer, that is a game changer. So we call this a 21-day reset. And this program helps detoxify your body on a more in-depth level, restore your balance, and promote significant weight loss of 8 to 25 pounds while building a foundation for lasting health. And of course, the same thing that comes in a 7-day comes in a 21-day, but this will last you for 21 days, and it's only $279. Now, I want to tell you, if you are a first-time customer, you get 10% off of whatever it is that you purchase on your first order. So make it count, right? Make it count. Now let's look at some people who have taken advantage of the opportunity of a better healthy lifestyle. Let's look at Tanisha, 15 pounds down in 21 days. This young lady, I'm not sure how many pounds, but truly a significant change. And here's some more 21-day results. In fact, these people were so passionate about the change and the improvement that they joined Akana and became a crusader to help others. Yvette, she wrote a book, My Guide to Your 100-Day Journey to Better Health. And our very own Ernestine Davis said ageless health starts with your blood type. Switching to foods tailored to my blood type helped me lose belly fat, improve my digestion, and achieve 4th place in a bikini contest at 63 years young. And by the way, those other two beautiful ladies to the left, they are entrepreneurs as well. And of course, they're killing it with the cleanses and the detox. So now you might be saying, hey, I want to quickly, be aggressive with my weight loss. Well, we have a product called Hemp Govi for you. Now, we want you to cleanse out your body first, cleanse out the gut, cleanse out the blood. Let's restore those nutrients into your body. And then let's look at Hemp Govi as the game changer for you. See, you want to drink your way slim, not shoot your way slim, right? Hemp Govi is the shot worth taking. Our new line of drinkables allow you to ditch the injectables and drink your way to slimmer waist and flatter tummy. So I want you to take a snapshot of this because we want you to know that not only is it a game changer, it's packed with powerful plant-based ingredients where Hemp Govi works synergistically to target key areas of weight management while promoting overall wellness. So the key benefits are going to be that it burns fat naturally. It curbs your appetite. It supports your digestive health and it promotes overall balance. So you don't have to worry about the jitters. You don't have to worry about any of those side effects because it's all organic and it's natural. And then, of course, go ahead and take a snapshot of the 8 key ingredients that's in this product, right? I don't have to, for the sake of time, I don't have time to go through it. But for my researchers, definitely take a picture and do your research because hemp Golvi is going to give you significant results when it comes to losing weight fast and naturally. Now, it's time for elevation because, as I said before, we are a CBD wellness company. So, we have amazing CBD wellness products that have been third party tested, and we have formulated our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well being. So, what is CBD? CBD is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. And out of more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to Delta 9, which is THC. And unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic. And we also have THCA, and it is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. And out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is a non psychoactive precursor to THC found in raw cannabis. When heated through smoking, vaping, or cooking, THCA converts into THC, which is the psychoactive compound. Why is that important? It's important because we know the endocannabinoid system needs a certain level of cannabinoids. So when we're talking about cannabis, we want you to know that cannabis can be looked at as a holistic solution. Why? Because unlike pharmaceuticals that often target single symptoms, cannabinoids interact with the ECS, which is the endocannabinoid system, to provide systemic benefits, offering a more natural approach to health and wellness. And simply put, it brings the body back into balance. So when we're looking at that a little bit closer, the cannabis, we're looking at cannabis and the blood type diet. I want you to understand that cannabis has the power to reduce inflammation. It helps manage stress and improves digestion. In fact, if you're a blood type A who deals with lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart disease, or a blood type B whose susceptibility is to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders, or a blood type O who has a higher risk of inflammation conditions, arthritis, and over acidity, or a blood type AB who is sensitive to digestive and immune stressors, we want you to know by leveraging the properties of CBD and cannabis alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness tailored to their unique biological predisposition. So are you wondering, what is my blood type, right? What is my blood type? We're going to help you out with that. So as we look at our CBD options, we have the raw cannabis trim, which is the THCA, which is a raw THCA that aligns with plant-based diets, offering therapeutic benefits without the high, similar to juicing cannabis leaves or flowers. So particularly strong benefits with these conditions include arthritis, autoimmune disorder, anti-inflammatory issues, neuroprotective issues, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and cancer. So our Diamond Star may be a product you might want to look at. And then our RSO concentrate, the Rick Simpson oil. Yes, we have it, which is CBD and THCA via a oral syringe, and a cannabis extract formulated by a Canadian medical marijuana activist using the whole cannabis plant for maximum cannabinoids, including THCA, CBD, and terpenes. And Akana follows this standard formula to deliver exceptional results. So when you're talking about severe pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's disease, anti-inflammatory issues, stimulant appetite issues, neurological issues, antioxidant issues, right? RSO may be the solution for you. Now we have over 70 plus products, and because of my limited time with you, I don't have the liberty to go over all of them, but certainly you want to get back to the person that invited you and have that conversation about everything that is going on with you, because I can almost guarantee we have a solution for you. If you're a coffee lover, our energy purity plant coffee is amazing, and essential oils are just the purest ever. Combating oxidative stress, like our black seed oil. And if you are in pain, oh my goodness. Our number one seller is our pain cream. It is absolutely phenomenal. So you're gonna make sure you're grabbing that as well with your first order with 10% off. And then that your hair, if you have thinning hair or loss of hair, we have an amazing line of hair care products, all natural, all organic, all just for you. And if you're good in the kitchen, we have culinary seasonings that will just flavor your taste buds. So, whatever your desire is, we want you to take a look at everything that we have on our table. And option number three is for those that might be business minded, those that might be focused on building generational wealth, those that might be saying, you know what? I never heard this information before, eating right for your blood type, nor any solutions. I don't know anyone who sat down with me and said, hey, I want to personally walk with you, talk with you, plan with you to position you to have a generational legacy of great health. Well, we want you to consider coming aboard with us as a wellness influencer or certified coach. Why? Because it positions you to transform your health and earn income at the same time. So you can gain access to all of the products you need to elevate your health while earning 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases made through your site, including your own purchases. So, why a wellness influencer? Because the time is now. The influencer business is booming. Viral trends like TikTok made me buy it. You ever said that before? They have reshaped consumer behavior, driving millions in product sales. The influencer market is currently at 33 billion globally, projected to reach 107 to 190 billion by 2030. My only question to you is, how much do you see of that money coming into your family for your wealth legacy? We want you to understand that we have four pillars. We feel that you have the right to generational health, wealth, freedom, and legacy. Now, Stormy Steele and Lee have definitely understood those four pillars that I just mentioned. In fact, Stormy Steele has positioned herself to be the first TikTok streamer to sell over 1 million in one session. And Lee achieved over 1.7 billion in sales in 12 hours of lipstick. We're talking about beauty products and lipstick, right? Just imagine if you came aboard with us, been trained, coached, and developed to be an influencer. What kind of difference could you make in the community abroad? It's a game changer. So, influencers hold the power to shape brand perception, drive massive sales, and create personal connections with audiences. So, those who ignore this trend risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving digital economy. And the influencer economy, it isn't just a trend, it's the future of marketing. So if you're thinking about becoming a wellness influencer, go ahead and take a snapshot of this pack. It's only $3.99, and you get tons of product like a 21-day reset, flat belly bitters, fuel, pain cream, your own website, social media 101. You get a Akana certification, and you also advance to be paid as a pearl for 3 months. So, gotta take a picture of this because you certainly want to get back to the person that invited you and tell them, I want in. And you might be wanting to come aboard on a more hands-on level, right? Then you might want to be a certified wellness coach where you can position yourself to offer people comprehensive health screening and be able to coach people to great health. Well, for only $14.99, take a picture of this. You get 3 7 days, 1 21 day. You get all kinds of other products, and this value is over $3,000. And you can snap that for $14.99. So I've shared the solutions with you. The first three, the fourth solution is going to be to transform your diet and dramatically improve your health. Go ahead and take action. Let's put that plan together. And then we want the fifth solution to be to break the cycle of generational illness. I said in the beginning, we have this call on every Sunday at 5 p.m., every Wednesday in person at 1 p.m. down at 411 East 35th Street. And then we have the call on Thursday. It's moving from 7 to 6 p.m. And then we also have the call again on Saturday at 10 a.m. That's all Central Standard Time. We want to make sure that you are sharing the gift of health. Inspire others to create generational health with your success story. Support your family's unique health journey. And I'll recap. Here's option number one, 59.95 only, with loads of product that you get so that you can get the amazing results you want. Don't forget your 10% off. You also get product number two, that's without the blood type test, the 7 day cleanse or the 21 day, and then of course the option to become a wellness influencer or a wellness coach. Whatever your desire is, we want you to make a decision today. Get mad. Make a decision to take action with your life and your family's life. We want to know what's going to be your testimony. What health legacy will you create and pass on to the future generations? Because food that heals one can harm another. So your blood type matters. Your food matters. Your health matters. Your legacy matters. So our goal is to empower our over 1 million families to improve their health and wealth. See, we have what's called blue zones. Well, there's 7 that actually exist. There's none in our community. So Akana is committed to creating a blue zone right here in the United States and right in the USA, right in our community. Will you help us create that blue zone? Because there are 6 areas in the world where people eat far less animal meat and live longer than average. Would you like to live longer so you can enjoy your grandchildren and your family and your friends? Well, why don't you help us? Help us reach 1.5% of the people in the United States know their blood type and eat for their blood type. That's 5 million people. And at $50, that equals 250 million in sales. And if 80% of the people reject you, we still impact 1 million people. And when we're talking about joining us in business, get a load of this. The first 100,000 to 150,000 involved in the business will earn up to 80% of the wealth of the company. And Harvard Business School says this: select a company at least 18 months old, 90% of companies fail their first 18 months. Why are those two facts significant? Because we are celebrating our 6th year this month. And we want you to know that we have just scratched the surface, right? We have just scratched the surface with 2,000 distributors and just 30,000 customers. So there is room for you. According to Harvard Business School, if a company has less than 500,000 people, it is a great opportunity. If less than 100,000 people, it is an opportunity of a lifetime. So I want you to know that all the information that you heard today, we put in your hands as God has put us in his hands, which is the meaning of Akana. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. My only question to you is, what will you do with it? What will you do with it? This concludes our presentation. I want to thank you for being on tonight. I actually think we have time for one quick testimony. Let's see, do we have anyone on here that like to share a quick testimony? We have just a couple of minutes. Is there anyone that likes to unmute? Anyone that have tried our products or that experienced a change in their life with our products? Oops, I'm sorry, you're muted. Sorry about that. Uh, all right.
You know what? I will, Kayaetta. I'm driving, but I'm parked now.
Okay. We got
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Okay, well, quick testimony. I was on high blood pressure medicine and had gout really bad. Our
Mm,
products have got me off of that. Our products, and also I'm continuing eating my blood type. I'm A blood type.
okay.
4 years ago when I did my bioscan, I was headed toward a heart attack. I was in the red for the vascular resistance. So I'm doing the detoxing. I've been doing it. I'm going on 4 years now, but I'm no longer in the red. I'm heading back the other direction. I'm no longer on any blood pressure medicine or any type of medication.
Congratulations.
So that's the quick
Congratulations.
version, because I'll be on here. I can go
I
on and
know.
on. But
I
yes, and I was on blood pressure medicine over 22 years.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm eating
Congratulations.
according to my blood type. Yes, ma'am. And everything I was
Congratulations.
eating was toxic to me. Bananas.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that blood type is really serious. Because like I said,
Yeah.
everything I was eating I thought was helping me was harming me. So I got
Wow.
got all that out of my system, and I'm heading back the other direction, and I'm continuing to eat according to my blood type and continuing to detox.
Wow. Everybody light it up in the chat. Tell her congratulations. Congratulations for you. And listen, that is
Thank
my time
you.
today. That's my time today. I'm going to stop the recording, but if you're still on here and you're a guest, I do have the amazing Royal Wilson on. Royal, can you jump in and just give a quick testimony?
Yes, can you hear me?
I sure can. Your hair is so beautiful.
Thank you so much for saying, and I owe it all to Akana's hair care system. I'm telling you, when your hair loses its color, or or pigment, or whichever way you want to call it, it's like it dies. It becomes dead. It has no moisture, it has no life, it has no luster. I mean, there's a lot to be said for the hair losing its color. However, because of the Akana brand, I mean, I've got luster, I've got body, manageability, movement. I say it all the time because it's just true. My hair literally stops traffic when I'm out. Someone is always going to stop and compliment my hair. And I could not say that before using Akana's hair care system. So, and I have other testimonies as well. Just lately, I was able to turn loose another medication. So I'm down to only 3, whereas I started out in double digits some time ago. My doctor appointments now, instead of 6 months moving out, now I'm getting a year. So I'm getting healthier, and it's all because of a kind of brand and eating right for my blood type. That was the best information I could ever have received for my life. Thank you for the
Absolutely.
opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right. I don't want to hold you all, but I just thank you all for joining with me tonight. Now, listen, if you haven't gotten your exclusive invitation to be on the call tonight at 7 p.m., well, they will go more in depth with the cleanse because we are cleansing together, right? What did it say? A family that prays together stays together. Well, how about a family that cleanses together, lives together?
All right.
Thank you for joining and have a good evening.